The Houston Oilers are back in 2024, and we are off to an interesting start to season number 5 here in Madden 24 with the Houston Oilers. Well, we start out the season a little sluggish out of the gate, losing 2 games to the Chiefs and the Packers, and then we eventually got our footing right as we found a new formula to winning football games, and that is going to 2 young targets. The first is Quincy Hall through the air, and then continuing to ground and pound with Antonio Gibson, but a newcomer to the backfield in Corey Birmingham, a 6th round draft pick out of Washington State, who has shown that he could also do the same things that Antonio Gibson has shown us that he could do. So we sit here at 3-2 through the first 5 games here in season 5. And if you haven't seen it, season 4 was a Super Bowl victory for the Oilers, but a little bit of a hangover coming into this season, I believe. We have been banged up a little bit. This time around, it's Jesse Fisher Jr., who is one of the young and bright receivers in this receiving core. He was signed to a long-term deal after being a undrafted free agent after a couple of seasons. And then Terry McLeod, who actually has 1 start under his belt at tight end because our other tight ends were injured, so it forced him into the starting lineup as a rookie. Coming to the second half of the schedule after our bye week at week 7, we have a very tough run versus a lot of AFC top opponents. So it's going to be tough to even get back to the playoffs here in our 5th season. And it starts now with the Cleveland Browns, who are 4-1. They still have Deshaun Watson signed. Now in the offseason, they actually let him walk, and they ended up bringing him back on a cheaper deal. Obviously not the big contract that he signed where it was fully guaranteed, but they brought him back for about $10 million for 1 year. And he's coming off of a career year, 35 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. And they have a very interesting new formula on offense. It's no longer their weapons we're used to seeing. It's now Barry Sullivan, Keenan Allen, Laviska Shenault. Those are their top 3 targets, and Barry Sullivan leads those 3. He's had back-to-back 10 touchdown seasons. He's still looking for his first 1,000-yard season of his career. And the Browns are trying to reinvent their defense around Ladarius McNeil, who is in his 2nd year. And Myles Garrett is still around, still age 31. Myles Garrett has a lot of career to go, and he's coming off of a 15-sack season, but only has 1 sack through the first 5 games as well. But he has committed to the Browns long term, so they have nothing to worry about there. So the Houston Oilers series returns, and we will face the Cleveland Browns, and we'll see if our Super Bowl winning quarterback Keon Carter can get us back to the playoffs. Let's get this game underway as this season continues. Here is Trey Battle back to receive the kickoff, and he takes it back to about the 24-yard line, and out comes Keon Carter. The big knock on Carter is sometimes his accuracy wanes, but can he stay healthy? That's the biggest concern. He's been injured in 3 games so far this season already. So here we go. Starting out at the 24, here's a handoff, this time to AG Antonio Gibson, and he picks up a gain of 11. He's coming off of a career year where he was a All-Pro, a Pro Bowler, and he was amazing. Play action fake, throw to the right side. There is Jake Hawkins, number 89, in his 2nd season here with the Oilers, and he picks up a first down, and we're across the 50. Stretch play called to the left side. This time AG. He only picks up 2 on that one. It looked like it was going to be a tackle for loss. And here comes the 6th round rookie running back, Corey Birmingham, in the game. Carter rolling, throwing deep, and Birmingham has a step, and he will bring this one down in bounds at the 16-yard line. I couldn't get his name out, and Birmingham gets to the 14. A pretty good throw by Carter. 2nd and 9 throw. Here's a throw across the middle. That's David Lewis Jr., who returned in free agency on a cheap free agent deal. And that brings it to a 3rd and 9 at the 14. Here's Carter throwing to the right side, a wide open Danny Rudd. He would have walked in for the touchdown. Nobody was home, and Carter can't connect. And here comes Deshaun Watson as the Oilers have to settle for 3 points. And here comes this defense out onto the field. Here's Watson in the gun. Nick Chubb next to him. He's still with the Browns. In the first play is a sack. It's Christian Barmore coming off of a career year in sacks with 12.5 a year ago. Now it's 2nd and 18. Deshaun Watson under pressure. He gets rid of it quickly. That's caught, and they get back to the original line of scrimmage. And it's now a 3rd and 10 at the 25. Pressure on Watson again. He throws quickly to Barry Sullivan. Sullivan breaks a tackle, and he picks up the first down, and he's across the 50 for a first down. Casey Burton may have had the stop right there before the first down. Instead, the Browns pick it up. 1st and 10 again. Here is Watson going down. It's Von Cross. He was 2nd in the league in sacks a year ago, and that's a loss of 7. Back to the 45-yard line. Cross gets a breather. Handoff back to Chubb. And there's Nick Woods containing that edge. He's a very good run defender, by the way. It's 3rd and 13. At the 49 now. Watson throwing across the middle. He's got Sullivan again, and he converts for the first down. This time, he was beating Bryce Hall in coverage. Here's Watson throwing across the middle, and that's an incomplete pass. Looking for Sullivan again. Macklin Todd got caught up in coverage. He's not really known for his coverage skills as a linebacker. 3rd and 9. Watson rolling to left side, throwing that way, and he's just going to throw this one out of bounds. Nobody was home, and he does not take that risk. And the Browns will line up for the field goal. This is from about 53 yards, and the kick is wide left. And that's Fairbairn who cannot hit that field goal. And now Houston takes back over. So here's AG getting going on the run game, and that one is about a gain of 10. As he gets to about the 47-yard line, we eventually pick up the first. Handoff back to AG now. Running straight up the middle, fighting for those tough yardage. And that's a gain of 3 again. Carter at the 41. Handoff right back to AG, and he picks up 6 on that one. And now we're at the 36. 3rd and 2. Carter in the pocket. Throw short. He's got Quincy Hall, and that's been his favorite new target so far this year. It's a first down. Quincy Hall, 6'3", third-year pro out of Auburn. Took a little bit of time to develop, but it looks like he's turning into a complete receiver. Carter throws deep on the left side. That's caught. It's Deion Branson at about the 5-yard line, and it's going to be goal to go. Deion Branson, the former college quarterback out of Boise State, makes the play. We enter the second quarter. Goal to go. Handoff to Antonio Gibson. It's a touchdown. And we will score and make it a 10-0 lead after the missed field goal by the Browns. And the Oilers have a pretty good first half lead. So here are the Browns back on offense. After a couple of plays, they find themselves across the 50. It's a 1st and 15. A quick throw across the middle, and that's Macklin Todd in coverage, looking for their young tight end Angulo. And he drops that one. It's 2nd and 15. Here is Watson throwing across the middle into traffic again, and it's Macklin Todd breaking that one up, intended for Laviska Shenault. How about the young linebacker making plays? It's 3rd and 15. Here is Watson trying to get rid of it. Sacked at the 40. It's Nick Woods. So 1 by Barmore, 1 by Woods, and 1 by Von Cross. And they line up this time for the 57-yarder, and this one is good. So Fairbairn can't hit from 53, but he can hit from 57. So now here we are with a 10-3 lead. Here is Birmingham in the game getting some carries, and he picks up the first down. He's been impressive so far, including a game where he went over 150 yards rushing this season. It's now 1st and 10. Here's a throw across the middle. In the face of pressure, he finds Quincy Hall to about the 7, and it's goal to go. So Houston's moving the ball again, and Quincy Hall has 3 catches already. At the 7 now, here is Carter. They blitz 3. Here is a scramble and a touchdown. Untouched, it's Carter, and he gets in. It's 17-3, and why not take it yourself? He can do it with his legs. He's not the most athletic quarterback, but he has the speed to get there. It's 17-3 now, just before halftime. Here is Chubb getting a carry, using a speed, breaking a tackle, and the power is shown on that one, and he picks up a first down. They have about 3 minutes to go here, so they will have the possession the whole rest of the quarter here. As we fast forward inside the 10-yard line, it's goal to go. Here's a dump-off pass to Chubb, and they will lose about 5-6 yards on that one. And they run the hurry up with 1 timeout. They're going to snap the ball here with 5 seconds. They better get a playoff here, and they throw to the end zone. It's Angulo who can't hold on. I thought they were going to let that time run out, but they stop it just at 2 seconds with the incomplete pass, and that will be the end of the first half, and the Browns 2 field goals. Third quarter action now. At about the 15-yard line, the Browns threatening to score. Here is Watson scrambling, almost scrambled into a sack that time, and he will find Laviska Shenault for about a gain of 7. Inside the 10 now, a 2nd and 3, a dump-off pass, this time to Barry Sullivan again, and he gets inside the 5 for a 1st and goal. And now the Browns could be threatening to score to make this a 1-possession game. At the 4 now, it's 1st and goal. Here is Watson in the pocket, can't get away from Nick Woods. It's a sack. 1.5 credited to him, but he probably should have had a full sack on that one. Now they're back at the 15 for a 3rd and goal. Here is Watson throwing under pressure. He just throws this one out of the back of the end zone. He was 15 for 21 so far this game. Not bad numbers, but they settle for their 3rd field goal of the game. Deep into the 3rd quarter, here is Danny Run with the catch. And the 2nd-year tight end, reigning rookie of the year, will pick up a first down as he gets to the 30. Now at the 27-yard line now. It's a 3rd and 7. AG is in the zone. We'll give it to him on a screen pass. He gets to the outside, beating their young linebacker, McNeil, and he gets the first down, pushed out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Showing some balance here for both running backs. Birmingham checks to the game. Here's a short throw. It's Quincy Hall, and he will score. Touchdown! That's the way to spread the football around the yard. And Quincy Hall, our 3rd-year receiver who's maybe going to step up into that number 1 role soon, will score. And he makes it a 2-score lead. When we fast forward into the 4th quarter, the Cleveland Browns have marched all the way back. Here is Carter now, trying to seal this game up, throwing deep across the middle, looking for Deion Branson, and just overthrows him on that one. That one was a big play we probably could have had. 2nd and 10, handoff back to AG. He's got the space, and he has the first down for a gain of 15 yards. 15 for 92 for AG, and it's a first down. We're at 300 total yards to this point. From the shotgun here, Carter this time gets hit on the throw, and he's intercepted. It's Owusu Koramoah, and he will bring it back to the 31. And that's just a costly mistake by Carter. Held the ball a bit too long, tried to go for the big play, and Myles Garrett was there to hit him, and it's intercepted by the Browns. So here comes Watson now at the 30, throwing across the middle. He's got his man to about the 12-yard line. I believe that is Keenan Allen, and it is, and it's a first down. At the 17 after a penalty. Here's a throw to the right side. This one, Angulo, who has it and gets to about the 2. That was a 1st and 15, by the way, and they get all the way to the 2-yard line. So now it's 2nd and inches. Handoff. Nick Chubb scores. Touchdown. And the Browns take the lead here in the 4th quarter. And now they go for 2 to make it a 3-score game. Or a 3-point game. Here's a throw to the flats and a wide open Barry Sullivan. How do you leave him wide open? And now we're down by 3, 2 minutes to go. We do have all 3 timeouts now. Here's Carter throwing across the middle, looking for Jake Hawkins, but throws it at his feet. I don't know what happened on that throw. It's 3rd and 10 again. Myles Garrett giving pressure, and Carter just wisely throws this one out of bounds. We have all 3 timeouts. We could punt the ball here, but the Houston Oilers are going to go for it here. I don't know if we trust our defense. Here they send the cover 0 pressure at Carter. It's incomplete. And the Browns take over at the 25. And now our defense has to come up with a stop, and nobody blocked the young linebacker McNeil, who got a good shot at Carter. So now at the 25, they have 3 plays to get a first down here and end this game. Here's a handoff. Nick Chubb on the first one. It's a loss of 1. Christian Barmore. And we call our first timeout. 2nd and 11. Stretch play to the right side. Sidney Brown is there for the tackle in the backfield, but then he gets pushed forward a little bit. And back to the original line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 10. Here is Watson. He's going to scramble, try to get to the marker himself, and he gets brought down 2 yards short at the 17, and it's 4th and 2. The Browns are going to go for the win here. 4th and short at the 17. Hand off to Chubb, and he's going to be stopped. And we get the stop we needed, and down by 3, no timeouts, and 82 yards to go for a touchdown. But we only need 3 here. Here is Carter on the first play, scrambling to the right side, throwing this one to Danny Rudd, but not even close. Carter is 12 of 24 now, has made a lot of interesting inaccurate throws here in this late part of the game. Here's a throw across the middle, and that one was even inaccurate, but Danny Rudd comes back to it and gets the catch. At the 32 now, Carter dumps it off short. It's Hawkins who has it, and it's a gain of 8. And Carter is shaken up on the play. That's going to cause a 10-second runoff. So instead of having 48 seconds, we have 38. Let's take another look. It was on his off-throwing hand. I don't know what happened. It may have got wrapped up around the defender. And now in comes Davion Spikes, 2nd-year pro, 3rd-rounder out of South Carolina. He dumps it off short. It's Gibson. He has space, and he's tackled at the 32, and we're inside of field goal range, and Spikes spikes it down right there at the 32. And here we are with 14 seconds to go. We have to be careful here. 2nd and 10. Here is Spikes throwing to the sideline. That's exactly what we wanted him to do, wasting a little bit of time. And we bring in our kicker here for the 49-yarder, and it's Jack Podlesny, the all-pro. He knocks it through, and we tie this ball game up 27-27, and we are headed into overtime. The Browns win the toss. They will obviously elect to receive, and our defense is going to start out on the field. We'll see if we can come up with a stop and give Spikes the ball back to possibly win this game. Here's a throw across the middle to start it out. Here's Laviska Shenault, who has it for a gain of 6. Casey Burton there on the tackle. It's a 3rd and 4 now. Nick Chubb in the backfield. We get pressure, but a quick throw, and that's right at the sticks, and they will give it to him. It's a first down. Shenault again. He needed 4. He got exactly 4. So here is Watson now changing the play at the line of scrimmage at the 35 now. He's in the pocket, rolling, throwing, back to his tight end, Angulo, who picks up the first down. It's a gain of 10, and he's thrown the ball 39 times today. Watson now at the 45. Handoff, Nick Chubb with a big hole, throws off a defender, and picks up a gain of 12, 20 carries for 82 yards for Chubb. At the 42. Here is Watson throwing to a wide-open Laviska Shenault, breaking a tackle, and he's down at the 30, and they're officially into Fairbairn field goal range. And this drive continues at the 26. Can the defense come up with a stop here? A throw to the sideline that's caught inside the 10. Tackled at the 8 is Keenan Allen, and it is goal to go. Our defense has their backs against the wall here. Angulo and Barry Sullivan in the slot. 5 wide receivers on the field. Here is Watson scrambling. He will score. Touchdown. And the Browns come all the way back and win this one on the road, 33-27 in our return to this series. And the Oilers will drop to 500 to start season 5. An incredible comeback here for the Browns. Carter missed a couple of throws, which I think could have sealed this game up. Maybe we could have rammed the ball more down the stretch there, and it ended up being the difference. And I think that, a part of coming off of a Super Bowl win is that that teams are going to give you their best shot. And we saw that from the Browns today. They were down early, came back in the second half, made plays where they needed them, and Watson was pretty good down the stretch. He had a nice drive put together there in overtime and ended up being the final score. But look at this total offense. They had 100 more yards than us, and obviously it made the difference, especially that interception there at the end of the game by Carter. So we are 3-3, and now we hit that bye week, a much needed bye week, because we're going to have a tough second half of this schedule. Maybe the toughest run we've been on in this series, to be honest with you. We do have one scenario. Sidney Brown could get a dev trade upgrade. I feel like we've had so many of these, which I'm fine with, but I think it's a little bit much. We've had pretty much a dev trade scenario with a lot of our players, and I think that maybe it could be a little too much, but I'll take it. Well, we have a quarterback dilemma a little bit, because what I've seen from Carter in just returning was not very good. I got to admit it. It wasn't very good. And I think that if Carter doesn't get his stuff together, he was already, on that list of guys that could potentially lose his spot, just because our option is Davion Spikes, who has shown that he can play. Even when filling in for Carter, I believe his record was 5-2, and then Carter came in and took the reins. But I think that it's a legitimate question. If we begin to lose some games, do we change to Spikes to give us a spark? Because we're at 500. We are in second place in the division behind the Chiefs, who are luckily struggling as well. They're 4-3. The Chargers are 3-3. Broncos are 2-4. So anything could happen here, but we'll see what happens as we face the Cowboys and Steelers next episode. Hit subscribe. I hope you guys are happy that this series is back. I was not ending this series, just taking a little bit of a break. I was playing Madden for a very long time as the only game, so I'm finally branching out, playing other games and stuff, getting my mind right. But we are back here for this series, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy the run. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tenant. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in the dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side, but I'm from the east side. This how we slide, this how we ride, yeah, this how we ride.